Hi, I'm Peter Wiltschinsky from Glass Mantra and you're watching Super Woke Marketing. I'm Peter Wiltschinsky and I play guitar and try to sing with a band called Glass Mantra. The members of Glass Mantra are myself on guitar and vocals. There is a fantastic drummer called Josh Wilkins. There is a bass player, Ashley Purdy, who's incredible, and Eric Bria on keyboards, who's incredible. It's just a team of three incredible musicians to make everything that I bring into the room and write a hell of a lot better. So. It's the sound is kind of it's the sound of another option, and it's the idea that the whole aim of the band, at least for me, is to say, there's nothing wrong with pop music, and there's nothing wrong with rock music that is kind of looking back and doesn't want to change since the 70s. And this music is to just say, you can listen to whatever you want, but here's this other option. It's different and it's weird, and it's just about having your own sound and being expressive, and just saying there was this option over here too, and that stuff's great, but this is what we do. Hey, that's the music. I think I'll start. The best thing about the three is that we're all incredibly different. And we're similar enough to shout at each other, but we're all incredibly different. Josh is really into sort of Steely Dan, and he sort of brings the madness that we write, he sort of brings it down to a level that people can, not bring it down, he brings it to a point where people can understand, and that's really important. He's like, he brings that slight air of pop music into it, which is great. Eric is just the best classically trained keyboard piano player I've ever heard in my life, and he originally played bass for us, and I heard him play piano and I said, you're not playing bass anymore, you've got to play keys. And Ash is just a really great positive bass player and just does things, and does his thing on his instrument, and that's it. We met in the Glass Mantra, we met. It was my first day at uni, and there was this open jam, and I was like, okay, I'll advertise myself. I'll go on stage and play a bit of guitar, and I played a Yes song called Awaken. I played this riff, and I put the riff into this 4/4 jam. I don't remember how I did it, because that riff's in 11/8 or something, man. And I put this riff over it, and I came off stage, and Josh and Eric, drummer and keyboard player, came up to me afterwards and they said, was that Awaken by Yes? And they recognised it, even though I completely cut it up into this different situation. And I was like, yeah, it was. You're into prog music? Yeah. So we started talking, and we started playing. A friend of mine who was putting a gig on for me, he said, you need a band. And so he was like, I got the two perfect guys. And I walked into this room and it was those two, and I was like, I know these guys. So we just started playing, and then Eric moved on to keyboards and he's doing a fantastic job. And we got Ashley Purdy into the band, and that was our finalised lineup, which was September 2017, I think that happened. And that was it. The rest is history, as it were. Influences, classical guitar. I like Andres Segovia and everything that Tarrega wrote, I love. My dad was a classical player, so he taught me everything I know about guitar. And, him to hear a lot of that. Steve Howe's really great. Omar Rodriguez-Lopez. Robert Fripp and Frank Zappa. A lot of those guys who would experiment with stuff but would still be really good players. I think the thing that got me started in music, I don't know, it was weird because I started at a really late age, considering I was raised by musicians and my dad was a classical guitar player. I started playing music at about the age of like 9 or 10, which is like really late. It's really strange. And I picked up a bass guitar because I thought Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy was the coolest guy in the world. But I was 9. And I just thought it was really cool, so I picked up a bass guitar to try and do that, and I was like, it's just, I think it's, you can listen to as much as you want, and if you find music that speaks to you, that's when it will open that door. And I've always been really impressionable, and I just saw it, and I was like, I want to do that. And yeah, tastes change as you grow, but that was the start of it. So yeah, it was that whole pop punk scene that started me off. The songwriting process for Glass Mantra, it's changing. It was me spearheading everything, and I still spearhead it to a point. It's hard to give up that control. It started out with me, you know, the single Closed Eyes Cry. It was a song I brought in to the group. I thought it was simple enough and easy enough for us to play. And it was all that. It was all, we've got a gig coming up and we need songs. And I said, oh, I've got about 10 albums worth of material that we could probably choose from and play. Now it's more of it's growing out into a, well, you know, who's got a section for something, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle. But it's very much, especially the way I write lyrics, is writing things that look nice and sound nice together, you know, and then figure out a big meaning later. And usually there is a really cohesive theme throughout that, and I'll go, oh, that's what I was thinking about. And it's like a blackout. You just do it, and then afterwards you read it and you go, oh, of course, that's about my friend who's just pissed me off yesterday. Like, that's what it is, you know, it's like a little surprise. And the writing the music is similar as well, you know, it's just whatever comes to your head. The moment you can stop thinking is the best time to write music, you know. Favourite song from our group? It's that classic, oh, they're all like my children. I think the one, Closed Eyes Cry is the single, and that's the one, it's the first song we played together. We'd play it at gigs and everybody would just bop with those big hits in the chorus, and everybody would just love it. So in some ways it's got to be that, 'cause it's the first song where I was like, wow, people really dig this, you know. So Closed Eyes Cry is good, yeah. It's very, very close autobiographical song in certain ways, if you can read through those cryptic lyrics. The live rig, that's a rabbit hole. Current live rig. I use Fender amps. Give me an endorsement, please. I like to have a clean amp. I've never been a big fan of like amp distortion. It always, like, my sister is a guitar player and she's a big fan of orange amplifiers, and I like them, but sometimes that distortion is very much like one thing in my ear. So I like to, got a pedal board with about 20 pedals, and it's very much sounds. So it's like, you know, clean Fender amplifier, big old pedal board, a couple of distortions, 5 delays, a bunch of phases, and random insane things. And then my Gordon Smith guitar, it's 1982 Gordon Smith GS1, and I love it. And it's speaking earlier, it's like the only guitar where I'll play like me on it. You know, that's like my James Taylor guitar. I try and be him and Joni Mitchell, and pick up a Les Paul and I try and be Robert Fripp or Jimmy Page. And if I play that Gordon Smith, it's always like play like me. And it's one pickup, so it works great to sing and to do all the pedals because I'm not messing about with anything on the guitar. So it's that, through tons of pedals into an amplifier, and hopefully make the guitar sound not like a guitar. That's the aim. it's difficult. It's one of those things where I'm sure after I will walk out here and go, why didn't I talk about that one? We had a really, really crap gig. We played all right. My pedals went wrong as usual, but it was just odd. I won't name names. We played at this place in London, and the sound guy did sound for us, and then he said, right, cool, you're on, and we went on, and he left the room throughout the performance, and I went outside while another band was on, and I found he was outside like doing the door, and it was really weird, because you'd finish the set and you go, thank you, good night, and then it would go, oh, where's Steve? Where is he? He's turned the desk off so they can unplug. And I was like, oh God. You know, old guy didn't really care that much, so that's a bit crap. The best gig is an odd one, because I don't really remember. So it's like when you get a really good gig, the feeling of it is like going to sleep. You walk on stage and then you walk off, and you don't really remember it. You just kind of, oh yeah, I remember, like, and then you go, oh okay, cool. So the best ones are the ones you don't remember. It's a lot like birthdays, you know. It's like that, but you know, there's definitely ones. I like festivals. I really like doing festivals because it's daytime. It's like hot weather. I sweat like crazy on stage, and then I have an excuse to sweat in the summer hot weather. So I like festivals a lot. Yeah. Do you know what? I got two answers for this because there's a story, but the porn name would be mother's maiden name of first pet. First pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your first.
So that's a really crap. That's Copper Edgeworth, which is like not great. But I was in the local pub last night speaking to a friend, and she told me her maiden name, and I was like, that's my drag name, which is Sandy Ruff. And that's it. So I got my drag name. That's a bit better. Sandy Ruff. Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't take on anything in the water, but I definitely think I could beat up a big trout. But I don't know. I mean, if I was feeling nimble, you know, I'd go for a big dog. You know, probably have a big dog, but yeah, I'm a lover, not a fighter. World domination. The future. We love playing in the band, and we're playing the music that we love, and it is simply to keep on doing that. You know, as wankily humble as it sounds, it's getting to the point where you can make a living off of playing in that band, and that's the goal of it. So it doesn't matter about popularity and breaking America and all that kind of stuff. It's just play and have fun and enjoy the time as it goes by, I suppose. Every single day. My dad said to me, he was a classical guitar player, and he said to me, Pete, if you don't make it as a musician, you'll have the best time trying. And so I try and live like that, you know, just like, I'm in it. So yeah, that's it. My friends over in Lashes, they're like London-based, really good, Rolling Stonesy, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Bob Dylan-y, just great rock band. They're really cool. Lashes. The 13 Women are really good. A friend of mine's from Doncaster. And Jimmy Taplin is a great singer, a great guitar player as well. Yeah. There are tons, but they're all slipping my mind now, I'm sorry. Glass Mantra, we can find us on Facebook. It's just Glass Mantra. I don't think there are too many pages with similar names. At Glass Mantra Band on Instagram. You know, we're on Twitter, but I don't know how active that is. And also just keep watching the social media pages and come to our shows. And we're not arseholes, we'll always talk to everybody afterwards and all like that. And you know, you can probably find us all in a pub somewhere as well.